Again, as Jason said, be sure to tune in to Rob Schmitt Tonight, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, kicking off their week-long deep dive into what several Texas counties are calling the invasion at our southern border. Joined now by the host of Rob Schmitt Tonight, Rob Schmitt, live here in the studio. Rob, always a pleasure to see you and have you here at least in before noon. I don't know how that happened.
I come in early for this.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you, too. Something that Emma pointed out, Newsmax has been on top of this story since day one, heavily. And Jason Jones has been embedded with Texas DPS. I'm curious to know, with your special tonight, what's going to be different that you're going to be offering the viewers that we haven't seen before?
Oh, he's going to have access that nobody gets. He's going to be with DPS. He's going to be in the helicopters with them. I mean, tonight they're going to dive into basically just the staggering amount of high-speed chases that these Border Patrol officers are dealing with all the time. It's just standard issue. Every day we're going to have several high-speed chases of migrants being smuggled in, running from them in cars and trucks. I mean, we've seen the stories of people dying in these accidents. It is just standard issue. They have created such tremendous pain and misery at this border, and they've created such a crisis intentionally. And that's really what people need to remember. As you see this story every day, it's easy for this to become the story that just goes in the background, right? I mean, even for us, it's like when you have a story that happens every single day, it's just like inner city crime. The media starts to just ignore it. But this is intentionally inflicted. It's causing tremendous amounts of pain, and it's all being done for a political purpose. And that's the saddest part of it. I mean, when Biden during that debate, when Biden said, surge the border, I mean, the most irresponsible foreign policy we've seen on so many different fronts from this unbelievably incompetent administration. And we see it play out, and you're going to have great access to it tonight with video that you've never seen before.
Yeah, it's dangerous what's happening at our southern border. Of course, and Jason was previewing it there, you've got young children who are being essentially trafficked across the border there. No concern about their well-being. And then, of course, the Border Patrol agents now being forced to take action into their own hands. We heard this declaration of an invasion as well, and now you're bringing them back essentially to the ports of entry. Yeah,
and you've got, I mean, think about how much money the cartels are making off the Biden administration. I mean, there is no bigger supporter of Joe Biden's administration than cartels, than Mexican cartels, Central American cartels, gangs. These people are making an absolute fortune off of this. They're bringing people in. I mean, you've seen the numbers of sexual assaults of the people they bring up. Think of all the pain and misery they're creating by giving people this oasis, that there is this great place that they can come to the north, that they can escape everything. And it's pain that's then inflicted on us. They get hurt, and then we get hurt in the outset.
Talk to me about this term invasion. When you hear that term being thrown out like that, it causes you to pause for a second and really say, what is happening in these Texas counties? Some of these counties are already declaring that it hasn't happened in American history, from what I understand, pushing Governor Abbott to take some sort of action. Why do you think that is, that term invasion is being used at this point by several counties?
I think it's the last shot that they have, because they're trying to dismantle every kind of common sense piece of border policy this country has ever had. And as they continue to do that, they have to take and it is an invasion. Imagine if you lived in a town. I mean, some of these border towns have 500 people in them. Imagine you live in a town with 500 people and 1,000 illegal crossers come into your town every single day and have to be arrested. And your police are a part of that process. I mean, that is an invasion. I mean, can you fathom what that's like? I mean, these border towns right on the border are small. These are small towns, and you have hundreds of thousands of people moving through in some of these select areas, and in the Rio Grande and in that area. I mean, it's staggering. It is an invasion.
Yeah, and of course, we're left wondering, where's the president of the United States? Where's the vice president as well? Considering this is happening, the alarm bells have been sounded.
The president that wanted strict border control 15 years ago, who we all know is not in charge. I mean, there are some very dark forces that work inside this administration behind the scenes that want to see the dismantling, I think, of this first world country, that want to see equity throughout the world. And I think it begins with, how do we make the United States weaker? And they think that other countries will come up stronger if you can make us weaker, if you can bring people in from all these different places. It will create an equity. These people despise seeing a vibrant, healthy America with a secure border, wealthy, making money, people living good lives. It pisses them off because they see the rest of the world not doing as well, and this is their way of dismantling all that. That's the open border movement. That's what these Klaus Schwab types, that's what they want. That's what these Soros types want. They're full of guilt. They have too much money, and this is their dream for the perfect rainbow world of the future.
I think we've got about 40 seconds left. Final push for folks watching tonight to tune in 7 p.m. Eastern time. I know tonight will be a big one for you.
It's a good one, yeah. And then you've got also today, I think you've got Jill Biden, who's the president's wife's going to be down at the border.
So she's going to Texas.
And she's going for a Latinx, you know, it's like the most out of touch. I mean, with all of these problems, I mean, they're turning these districts red as fast as they can. And she's going to go down there and speak at a Latinx conference. Ask any Hispanic person you know what they think about that phrase. I mean, that's how out of touch the Biden administration is. They're pandering to about 10% of it, 10% of that population. And you're going to see there's going to be a huge groundswell for Republicans in that community coming up. They're creating a monster that they don't even know.
And exclusive tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time. Rob Schmitt tonight there. He's going to get freshened up.
A little too much.
It's early for you.
It's
we
early.
understand.
This is morning time for Rob.
Oh, you know, I got a little too much.
He's got the cot in the back. We had staff come and wake him up. We're going to have some breakfast served up for him when he gets done here. Rob, good to see you as always.
Good to see you
Thank you, sir. We'll see you tonight.
Thanks, Rob. Good stuff there.